Okay, today we're talking about dip pens. Specifically, I'm talking about the G pen. This is the one I personally use the most. Some of you may have watched my non-existent drawing videos that I totally have right now and wondered, how can I use something this efficient for my artwork? And I'm here to tell you that literally anyone can. Dip pens are very fun to use. There's nothing but benefits, though they take practice, and I'm going to tell you the best way to practice with a dip pen so that you may get more confident using it like I have. So, first thing, take any sketch, anything throwaway. This right here is a piece of high quality fine art that I have composed in the span of 10 minutes, maybe. This is literally just like a sketch fodder kind of page. So, before I continue, I should also say what you're going to want to use for practice, at least for a while, is this kind of paper. This is a thicker type of paper called Bristol. Get Bristol or pretty much any type of thicker paper like this. It'll make things a lot smoother. You don't have to be afraid of cutting into the page. This paper right here is not as thick, but it's mixed media paper. You can literally find pads of it at like Walmart for like, it's not very it's not very expensive. Might be, might not be, for I don't know. Anyways, mixed media paper. You're gonna want a nib holder and a nib. So you can see I've been using this one for a good while. You're going to need ink. This is Kuretake ink, 60mm bottle. As you can see, I've used this one quite a bit. Also, don't have it on a surface like this or it'll fall and you'll get ink everywhere, so I'm going to move it. Next, you're going to need water so that you may clean the pen, and a paper towel so that you can wipe off the water before dipping the pen back into ink. Now, you might be wondering, looking at this gorgeous sketch that was created, where do I even begin on this fine this fine anime girl specimen? And so I will answer your question with a question. What hand do you write with? Once you find out what hand you write with, which you probably should already know at this point if you're doing art, then you have your answer. If you're right-handed, start from this corner and make your way down. If you're left-handed, the opposite way. This is because you're going to not want to smudge ink with your hand and get it everywhere. Because inky messes are a fickle thing. They, I dealt with inky messes before when I first started practicing with this thing. They're not fun. Anyways, so naturally for me, I would be starting with the hair here. Now, one thing that you need to pay close attention to when you're inking with a dip pen is pressure. The amount of pressure you place on the pen matters quite a bit. If you just press down like you do if you have a lead hand with a pencil, then you're going to end up with a huge puddle of ink. In fact, I think I'll probably do that on purpose here in a second to show you what kind of puddle we're dealing with here. So give me a moment here, let me refill. You want to see what happens when you press down way too hard on the paper? Okay, this is what happens. This. You get this everywhere. It gets really difficult to control, and it won't dry very quickly either. Now, in this particular case, I've been using a dip pen for a good while, so I probably didn't put all that much pressure on it. A really good thing about using a dip pen and paying attention to the pressure, though, is just it kind of transfers over to other things. You'll start using less pressure when you're sketching too, which is your paper will thank you for that. I'll say that much. It certainly has thanked me by being more cooperative. Now, another thing about getting more confident with dip pens is try to use quick lines, and don't worry about messing up at the start. That's why I'm using like a throwaway sketch for this. Don't think that you have to start off inking your most important works with your dip pen if you're just starting out. Just like take maybe an hour, like at the end of the day. This is what I used to do back in 2020. Back then, at the end of just about every day, I would just make a throwaway sketch just of anything. And I started with just portraits, and then I just moved on to more complex stuff. And you just take an hour or so and just do this stuff, man. Now, this isn't the best example of my own personal ability to ink. As you can see, I already made a few mistakes here. That's because I'm also talking to you. If I go back into my my antisocial shell, TM, then I usually get quite a bit better. Well, I'm also just not really focused all that much right now. Anyways, that is the basic gist of it. Using a dip pen isn't all that scary. It might seem scary, but if you just practice with it for long enough and just not be afraid of it, and the dip pen will become your best friend. And I already really messed this thing up, but that is the basic gist of everything. I already said that. Can you tell that this is unscripted? This is heavily unscripted. Anyways, when you're done, you just dab it in the water. Watch the ink darken the water, like the those scenes from Harry Potter with the thing. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I have for you for this. I hesitate to call a lesson, but I hope that me being a disaster and showing you that you can just start doing it, seeing how I just confidently make a ton of mistakes, some of them on purpose. Hopefully seeing me be a disaster with an ink pen helps you feel a little bit more confident about using one. These things are fun to use for your art, and your line work will improve greatly when you use them. That's my personal that's my personal belief anyways. This is definitely more for physical art, obviously, but same type of pressure mechanics apply in some art programs depending on what kind of tools you're using. It's just in this case you don't have the power of Control Z. I've rambled on for long enough. Bye.